Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel. In the previous video, we have seen how to add the alert model through the template we have seen, right? So for example, if you go here, if I try to add like this, and you will be able to see the alert model. So this one we have added through the template. So that means through the auth component.html. So here we have added this one. So now what we will try to do is in this video, we will try to add this alert model through programmatically. So how we can add through programmatically, we will try to do. Now let's close this one. So I am commenting out this one. Okay. So instead of adding it in the template, I will be adding it through the programmatically. Okay. So this way of approach is also correct, but I want to show you some advanced concepts so that we will be adding the component dynamically, not dynamically, programmatically through the code. So instead of from the template, we will be adding it through the code. So let's see in this video. Before continuing in this video, if you are coming first time to here, please support me by subscribing to my channel so that I will be posting more and more front-end development courses. Okay. So coming to the video, so let's try to create. So now here, if I go to the auth component.ts, so this is a place where we will be writing programmatically. If I go top, here this is the place where we will be showing that alert message. Now I will be writing here this dot show error alert. Okay, I am writing a method this dot show error alert, and I will be sending this error message. And I will be sending this error message. There is no need of this dot error. Why? Because this error we will be not using that one in the template. So that means there will be no need of this dot error variable showing that one. Why? Because we are not using this one in the template. So now what I can do is I can create a method here. So we will be getting a message of type string, and now in this one we need to create component. We need to create a component dynamically. So how we can create a component? For example, let's think that this alert model. This is the alert model. This is the component what I need to show. As it is a component, as it is a class. So every component is a class. What we can do here? So I can go here, and what I can do is, so here what I can do, constant alert model or something like this is equal to new alert model component. I have created a new object for this component. So will this one work? Okay. So as a TypeScript basis, this one is correct only. Okay. As a TypeScript basis, this one is creating an object from the component is correct only. So Angular will not throw any errors by creating this object, but the component will not work. Why? Because the component, for creating a component, so only creating an object solely is not necessary. So it needs more than that one. So we need to tell to Angular to create an object for that alert model component, so that it will append all the Angular features and all those things. It will append to this one. Okay. So we need to tell to the Angular to create a component. Instead of creating object for us by us own, we will be telling that Angular itself to create a component. We will be using the Angular methods to create an object for that component. So how we can create an object from the component through the Angular? So how we can create is, so we will be having a property. Okay, so that is nothing but component factory resolver. Okay, so component factory resolver, this is the name, and this is of type component factory resolver. Good, try to remember this one. Okay, this is the component factory resolver. So what is component factory resolver will do? This component factory resolver is nothing but the component factory. This is the factory of the component. So this is the thing which is responsible to create the component. So now using this component factory resolver, we will create a component. Right? So we will be creating object for that component. So how we can create? So we can remove this one, and we can write component factory is equal to, so this dot component, so we are not able to get this, so that means we need to give it as a private here. Okay, so that it will be created as a variable. So now what I can do, this dot component factory resolver dot resolve component factory. You'll be having a method that resolve component factory. Okay, so please try to create an object. So what I will try to do, here we need to give the component. So alert model component. This need to be imported from this component need to be imported. You need to remember that alert model component from the alert model component we need to create. So we have created a component factory. So here we will be not getting the component object. You need to remember this one. We are not getting a component object. We are getting a component factory. That means total lot of things we will be getting. Inside that one we will be having that component object also. Including that component object we will be having other details also. Let's see. So now we have created a component factory. Okay. Now we need to place this component. So where we need to place this component? We need to have specific something like location. Okay. So here in this HTML we need to place it somewhere. We need to place it somewhere. So we need to tell that location where you want to place this component. So now in order to place this component we need to have view container reference. Okay, view container reference is nothing but the Angular which will be used by the Angular where we need to place the dynamic content. Okay, so dynamic content, for placing this dynamic content Angular needs the view container reference, just like the view child way how we will be having that element reference and template reference. Same like that for Angular placing the components we need to have view container reference. Okay, so how we can get this view container reference? As we have already learned in the directives in the directives, when we are learning this directives we have learned about this view container reference. So for placing the template we have used the view container reference. Let's make use of that one, view container reference, through the directives. So how we can do is, so I can go to the shade here, and what I will try to do is I will create a placeholder. Okay, dot directive dot ts. I will create a directive something like it is a placeholder. Okay, so let's rename this one. Okay, so now what I will try is export class placeholder directive. Okay, I have created a placeholder directive, and in this constructor, in the constructor you will be getting view container reference. So you will be getting the view container reference. So what I can do, view container. So you will be getting the view container reference. So at the top we need to mention the directive, as it is a directive. So it is a directive, it need to be included, and here you will be having a selector. So I will be creating attribute selector app placeholder. Okay, so now here I need to import the view container reference. Okay, so instead of making this one as a private, what I will try to do is I will make it as a public. Okay, so I made it as a public, and now what I can do is we need to include this one in the app module. Okay, as we are directly importing, dynamically importing, so there is no need for us to mention here in this one. So what I will try to do, placeholder directive, I think. So we will be using placeholder directive. Let it come. So now we will be getting that placeholder directive. So we placed this placeholder directive, and let's go to the auth component, right? So let's go to the auth component. So we have created a placeholder directive, and now we will try to use that placeholder directive here in this one. So that now what I can do is, so I can create any div, and I can add something like app placeholder, like this I can add. So we can use like this, or otherwise we can use ng template. Ng template also we can use. Ng template is a Angular directive as another directive, so which will place the content in the DOM. So we can use this ng template app placeholder, and we can place it like this. Okay, so now in the next video what we will try to do is we will try to make use of this app placeholder directive, so which will contain view container reference, and we will make use of this view container reference, and we will try to place this component inside this ng template. Okay, so we will try it in the next video. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.